Part 1. Sleep doesn't start in the bedroom. Have you ever laid in bed, staring at the ceiling, exhausted but wide awake? You've done everything right, turned off your phone, kept the room dark, even tried counting backwards from 100, but sleep just won't come. You toss, you turn, and the clock keeps ticking. It's 1 a.m., then 2 a.m., then 3:17. And your mind whispers again, what is wrong with me? But what if the problem didn't start at bedtime? What if it started at breakfast, or lunch, or with that afternoon snack? What if your sleepless nights are actually rooted in your daily food choices? See, most people think of sleep as a nighttime thing. You get into bed, shut your eyes, and hope your body will cooperate. But sleep doesn't start when the lights go out. Sleep is a process your body prepares for all day long, and that process is deeply shaped, often quietly, invisibly, by what you eat. Your diet is either helping your body wind down or keeping it wired. And for so many of us, it's the latter. You start your day with caffeine and a carb-heavy breakfast, maybe a donut, a bagel, a sugary cereal. That sends your blood sugar soaring. Mid-morning, you crash, so you grab another coffee or a snack. Lunchtime rolls around, and it's processed meats, white bread, salty chips. You're busy, stressed, distracted. Maybe you skip the afternoon meal entirely. By dinner, you're starving. You overeat. Maybe there's dessert. Maybe you top the night off with a glass of wine, thinking it'll help you relax. And then bedtime comes. Your body, overstimulated. Your hormones, confused. Your digestion, still working. Your nervous system, not ready for rest. And you lie there, wondering why sleep won't come. But it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Because we never gave the body what it needed to truly let go. That's where a balanced diet comes in. Not as a punishment, not as a list of rules, but as a kind of sleep medicine, natural, gentle, subtle, the kind that supports your body's rhythms instead of fighting against them. A diet that's built on whole foods, steady fuel, calming nutrients, and intentional timing. A diet that tells your nervous system all day long, you're safe, you're fed, you can relax now. It's not about perfection, it's about peace. And that peace begins on your plate. Part 2. What sleep-friendly food actually looks like. Let's talk about what a balanced diet really means, because it's one of those phrases that gets thrown around a lot, but rarely explained in a way that makes sense. For sleep, it's not just about eating salads or cutting carbs or going keto or drinking green juice at 6 a.m. It's about building a rhythm, a nutrient rhythm, a blood sugar rhythm, a digestive rhythm. It's about supporting your body with the tools it needs to make the hormones that help you rest. Not just melatonin, the one everyone talks about, but serotonin, which calms your mood and helps convert into melatonin. GABA, which slows brain activity. Magnesium, which relaxes muscles. Vitamin B6, which helps regulate everything from mood to stress to sleep cycles. And here's the wild part. Your body can't make any of these out of thin air. It needs raw materials, and those materials come from food. Take tryptophan, for example. It's an amino acid found in foods like turkey, eggs, oats, nuts, and seeds. Your body uses it to make serotonin, which then helps make melatonin. No tryptophan? no serotonin. No serotonin, no melatonin. And yet so many of us are missing this building block in our daily meals because we're skipping protein or relying on ultra-processed foods that lack the full amino acid profile. Then we wonder why we're anxious, overstimulated, or wide awake at 3 a.m. Or magnesium, often called the relaxation mineral. It helps quiet the nervous system, supports muscle recovery, and even reduces cortisol levels. But magnesium is depleted by stress, caffeine, alcohol, and sugar, the very things many of us are consuming daily. Leafy greens, legumes, bananas, avocados, dark chocolate, those are the foods that replenish magnesium stores. But when we don't eat them regularly, we fall into a cycle of stimulation and depletion, and sleep becomes collateral damage. And let's not forget blood sugar. Stable blood sugar means stable energy, stable mood, stable sleep. But when your meals are high in refined carbs and low in fiber, protein, or fat, your blood sugar spikes and crashes throughout the day, and those same patterns show up at night. If your blood sugar drops at 2 a.m., your body thinks it's in danger. It pumps out cortisol and adrenaline to wake you up. You're not just having a bad dream. You're in a metabolic emergency. And it all goes back to that healthy snack bar you ate at 9 p.m. Balanced eating keeps those crashes from happening. It tells your body, we're okay. We've got what we need. You can sleep now. So what does a sleep-supportive day of eating actually look like? Start with breakfast. Real food. Something with protein, fat, and fiber. Maybe eggs and avocado toast. Maybe oatmeal with chia seeds and almond butter. Not just coffee and a muffin. That sets the tone. Lunch, keep it colorful. Leafy greens, roasted vegetables, quinoa, salmon, a handful of pumpkin seeds. The more natural color on your plate, the more vitamins and minerals your body gets to play with. Dinner? This is where it matters most. Keep it warm, grounding, easy to digest. Think sweet potatoes, steamed greens, brown rice, lentils, chicken, olive oil. Skip the heavy, greasy, spicy, or sugary meals. Your gut and nervous system will thank you. And in the evening, if you're hungry, go for something light and calming. A banana with peanut butter. A small bowl of oatmeal with cinnamon. Chamomile tea with a square of dark chocolate. Sleep isn't about starvation. It's about support. And when you eat this way, consistently, not perfectly, but lovingly, your body starts to trust you. Your cortisol levels even out. Your blood sugar stabilizes. Your hormones regulate. Your gut calms down. And without even thinking about it, you fall asleep faster. You stay asleep longer. You wake up rested instead of wrecked. That's what a balanced diet for sleep looks like. Not rules, not restrictions, just rhythms. Rhythms that remind your body, it's safe now. You can rest. Part 3, the gentle path back to sleep. Somewhere along the way, sleep became a struggle, a nightly battle between body and mind. You try to force it, hack it, trick it, melatonin gummies, white noise, blackout curtains. You check every box, you follow every tip. And still sleep feels distant, elusive, like something other people get, but not you. And maybe you've started to believe that this is just how it is now, that you're just a bad sleeper. But what if that's not true? What if you've just been undernourished? Not in calories, not in volume, but in nutrients, in rhythm, in softness. Because your body doesn't need to be fixed, it needs to be fed. needs to feel safe. And food, real, whole, balanced food, is one of the most direct ways to send that message. Every meal is a chance to tell your nervous system, you are not in danger, you are supported, you are held. You don't need to eat perfectly, you don't need to count every gram, you don't need to eliminate everything that brings you joy. You just need to listen, to notice, to slow down, to ask your body not just what it craves, but what it's missing, what it's been quietly asking for behind the sugar rushes, the late night snacks, the caffeine highs. Maybe it's magnesium, maybe it's hydration, maybe it's breakfast. Maybe it's simply the permission to care again, because somewhere in this fast, loud, distracted world, we've forgotten that rest is natural, that sleep is not something we have to earn, that it doesn't respond to force, but to flow, and that flow begins with how we nourish ourselves, with what we give our bodies from the moment we wake up. It's the breakfast we choose when we'd rather skip it, the way we pause to chew instead of scroll, the kindness we bring to the table. That's the foundation of sleep. Not the mattress, not the supplements, but the quiet choices made in daylight that echo into the night. So maybe tonight, instead of fighting for sleep, you support it. Maybe you eat a little earlier, a little slower, with a little more care. Maybe you light a candle at dinner instead of a screen. Maybe you finish your meal with a warm tea and a deep breath. Maybe you don't try to biohack your way into rest. You just feed yourself like someone who deserves to rest, because you do. You deserve to sleep. Not as a reward for productivity, but as a birthright. And sometimes, all it takes to remember that is a better plate. Sleep well. Start again tomorrow. You'll get there. One mindful meal at a time. You've been listening to Eat to Sleep, a podcast from the Daily Health Shift. If this episode gave you a new way to think about your sleep and your food, please follow the show, leave a kind review, and share it with someone else who's tired of feeling tired. Because rest isn't selfish, it's sacred, and it often starts with what's on your plate.